Show us all. Kits, models, anything.
Oh, would you just shut up? I can hear it just fine. Oh, just trying something about this sharing screen thing, but I probably didn't do it right. Now I got to try to get rid of it without getting rid of me. That could be a fun thing. And lots of people trying to tell me there's no sound. So hopefully there's sound now, or I'm really going to be upset. The things we do to make myself. Small minds. You know how that goes, right? Small things amuse me. Grandpa Rails, have a safe drive home, buddy. We can hear me now, right? Come on, guys. Don't play around too much. Stop screen. Go away. Okay. Yeah, we can hear him. Good. Oh, there's a few people here. I got to get rid of this on my other screen, though. There we go. And get that muted, and then I can see who is here. So right off the bat, we had Boxcar Jerry popping in right off the start. Dwight Curley, New Fenris Railroad, saying nope. I'm going to laugh about that for a while now. That's awesome. Wigwag Workshop, how are you doing, my friend? Dwight Curley said that. You talk a lot when I'm not on. Nope, I am on. Never mind. Oh, yeah, small mind. Did I say that earlier? Let's regroup. Dang. Jeez. James Galt, nice to see you, buddy. Pennsylvania Northwestern Railway. No sound. There better be sound now. Anthony Dodge, the model train outsider. Hello to everyone. Grandpa Rails on his way home. Sean McGee texting me like a madman saying there's no audio. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. John Benicki, I think I've lost my hearing. Nope, I just horsing around with the buttons, and I thought, you know what? I'll just hit go live first and see if it works. And of course, it didn't. So that's what I get for horsing around. Alex Brockway, FLGK Railway. Nice to see you, sir. Grandpa Rails, I said, is driving home. John, number 2 with Schuylkill River Valley. No audio, Sparky. Still no audio. Don't say that. Don't say that at all. I'll shoot you, Sean. I'll really shoot you all. No, I don't. I mean, the guy's texting me if there's no audio. Somebody said he could hear me, so now you guys got me all worried. You're hearing me or you're not hearing me? Jeez. Okay, do that. I will pop the link in the chat, guys. If you have something that really makes you happy, it's a model or something that you've bought, let me know. Come on up, share it with everybody. You're good. Thank you, Vinny. Oh, I can hear you. That's Mike. Thank you. Oh, man. See the look of horror on my face? Has you guys kept texting me that you couldn't hear me? And it's like, oh, dear. I'm just sitting here talking to myself. Did you start early? Just a little bit, Dave Atkins, but just write it off. I didn't really start early. The live stream started early, but I was just horsing around with things. So Sean McGee is now saying audio is good now. Thank you. Ronald Rondo, nice to see you. Nate Jackson, Sparky, how have you been? I am doing, I don't know how to say this. I'm doing good. Still showstopper free. I've got my 3 shots. Yay, I can travel the world. The whole thing with this showstopper, though, is my company was like a lot of other companies. They slowed down. They put a lot of jobs on hold, canceled a few of them, and now we're coming over that hump. I think everybody, like the States, has come over the hump a long time ago, but Canada is just getting to that hump part where we're going to start coming back down and losing all these little things you got to do. You can't shop, you can't go to restaurants, all that stuff. Soon. I'm not saying when, I'm saying soon. Some provinces are doing it next week. Some are doing it now. Ontario, who knows? But my company is following suit. And we are so busy, I could work every day for 365 days. I shit you not. They are just that busy right now. Putting all the jobs on that were on the back burner, they're now on the front burner, and jobs that are very important are really important now, and they got to get done. And anybody in construction, you know how it goes. So they want everything done yesterday, but you got to do it safe and you got to do it right. So Fred Wild, nice to see you, bud. Steve Childers and my brother Vinny, let me know a few things with text. Roe, how are you, sir? Yeah, I've been so busy. I'm not even on watching YouTube or anything that much in the last week and a half, 2 weeks, I guess. I was really busy this weekend helping out with TSG Multimedia and a little layout. I forget what it's called now. That's my mind's that messed up, but he's right here. He can post the link to the replay, I'm sure. Make that money. Sure. Speaking of money, Grandpa Rails sent me $10 right off the bat, guys, and I've had this new wig sitting out here for over a month. And you know what? $10, Grandpa Rails. I'm gonna get this one out just for you, bud. Maybe right out of the bag. Smell that new hair. Hey, they give you a wig to put on as a wig. You guys got to see the pictures on this thing. This is hilarious. Hold on. Let me in. I want to share this. Look at it. This is hilarious. They give you a little cushion and wig thing. Hairnet probably is what this is, right? And I don't know. Do they tell you how to put it on? Look at this. Look at the one right in the middle. That's hilarious. You got to pull it up tight. Whoa. No, I'm not going to try it. No. You know what? I'm going to try it. What the heck? Okay, so that part's like that. That part's like this. This really goes on your head? Holy crap. What the heck? So yeah, the one little picture, you grab the top. Whoa. Whoa. Oh my God, I'm nuts tonight. I'm crazy. You guys, if you like this kind of stuff, just keep doing the super chats, guys. What the heck? Hey, another hair wig. Hair. What the? Gone. Get off the tracks. C-Train, get off the tracks. Little bag. And what's that? Oh, it's a Hello Kitty wig or something. I don't know. Who knows? Grandpa Rails, thank you very much, buddy. You guys are awesome. Love the super chats. Hey, this actually feels nice and smooth, too. I got to get a brush. That's what I got to do is buy a brush for my wigs. You guys see a train lately? Anyway, Grandpa Rails, thank you very much, buddy. That's awesome. And this is really, I could wear this one to work. It's nice and smooth. It feels new. It's got cardboard in it. Oh, well, I'll get that later. Matches your shirt. Crossed Anchors Railroad. Yeah, another good channel to watch, guys. Got quite a few shirts, but anyway, I don't know. I'm just rambling away. But anyway, Sean McGee, I said hi to you. Steve Childers said hi. Dave H2, aka Dave BNSF N Scale. Now, why did you change your name? You're going to have to let us know. Now, I'm going to need a drink soon, too, if I keep this up. Steve 87P Sap, nice to see you. Kyle Stevens, Brandon. And guys, like I said, I put the link in the chat. Tonight, I want to talk about models, kits, things you've purchased, things you've been given. Doesn't really matter. Model train related, of course. But we all go out, we buy stuff, right? And we get it home, we put it on the tracks, or we build it, and we look at it. And it's like, yeah, that's nice. Yippee. Or it doesn't work right, and you want to throw it against the wall, or, whew, getting rid of that. That's warm. Should I keep that on? I'm not going to keep that on. Come on, guys. But yeah, we get new stuff here, or we go out and we buy it, and the prices of this stuff is going up all the time. Like, if it's not one thing, like Scale Train started it with the detail and stuff like that. Other manufacturers are following suit. Prices go up because of it. And then you get the showstopper thing, and now we got a shortage of, I don't know, those little green card things, chips that you put in trains and stuff. And now they're going to blame the prices on going up because there's a shortage of those. Like, prices are always high. So you get the models and stuff home, put them on your track, or you build it, or you make a layout and some scenery with it or whatever. And like I said, a lot of times you just look at it and you go, I guess that's all right. It looks all right. I like playing with it. And not bad. But then I got something that I bought, and I'm glad I purchased a few of them. And before anybody says, oh, money bags and oh, you're rich. No, my credit card took a hell of a hit. But these locomotives that came out by Athearn, I wanted all 4 of them just because I'm Canadian and they're CP. And I'm telling you, I put them on the tracks. I'll show them off later on, but they were just wow. And I literally, I stood back and watched them go around and thought, you know what? I'm really happy I bought these and I almost want to buy another one. That's how well I like them. That's how well they go on the track. They look great. They act great. We'll get into it in a bit. So one thing I do want to say right off the bat, though, is a special thank you to Ray at the Golden Leaf Railroad. He won a caboose from Michelle Kempema and the Colorado Railroad Museum. Spit that one out. And while I was doing the contest, I don't know if he did it because of this or whatever, but I said, you know what? I'd really like that caboose. That'd be cool. Maybe I'm going to have to buy one or whatever. And he actually got it sent to me instead of him keeping it. So by Athearn. And guys, this is just an amazing, this is one of those things that I can say I'm really happy I've got. It's the same caboose that's at the Colorado Model Railroad Museum. And it's right inside. You can walk inside this if you go there and check out the museum and everything else. I'm sure Michelle will give you a nice tour and everything else. But that was cool when I got that in the mail. And just, I wanted it and I love it. And thank you very, very much, Ray. And of course, the other thing that came with that, if you're into Star Trek at all, Trouble with Tribbles. And I got a Tribble or a Trouble with Tribble. I don't know. Do you get them wet or feed them or what? And they're supposed to multiply. I just keep it in the shed. Still only got one. So CP368, nice to see you. Chris Mitchell popping in saying hi. Told you guys I'm going to need a drink. And Mike Bernardi, Jim Tedesco, nice to see you. Tom's Trains and Things, got one of those 5 years ago. Like I said, it's I love it. Definitely going to go in my display case. It won't be on the layout at all. So, like I said, guys, if you got anything you want to share, you can come up on the screen. Something that makes you really, really happy in the hobby. I've got 3 people down in the basement that are, I'll try to make them wait about 5 minutes, I guess. But like I said, the CP locomotives that just came out, and because I'm Canadian, I guess, and they were new, I just had to get it. And yeah, there's a lot of detail on that. Looks beautiful. Great color of red. I might weather 1 or 2 of these up. Looks awesome all the way around. Sound is great on it. Put it on the tracks and it runs perfect. I didn't know it before, but hey, I did it. The lid comes off the cab so you can put crew figures in there. I thought that was really neat. Snaps on with magnets. So that's the first one I got, Canadian Pacific. The other one I got's their Heritage unit. So like I said, being Canadian Pacific, had to get the Heritage unit. And I was never a real fan of the maroon and gray paint scheme until I got this model. And they did a fantastic job on the paint. The handrails, guys, you can tell are really crisp and well done. Just a beautiful model. There's a chain on one of the trucks somewhere. I don't know. That side or this side. Anyway, top of the model. Not a lot of detail on the bottom, but, and I'm just throwing this out there. I know Rapido Trains loves their detail on the bottom of locomotives and rolling stock, passenger cars. Passenger cars I can understand, but on a locomotive, that's pretty plain Jane. But what do you really need underneath a locomotive besides what you can see from the side? I don't know. You guys can say that in the chat if you want. Now, of course, the other 2 locomotives that I had to get. Yeah, Sparky's Canadian. Yeah. So here's that. I think this one's the D-Day or something to do with the Air Force. I'd have to actually look it up. But again, great detail. Canadian flag on this side. American flag on that side. And The other one's running around the layout right now, and that's the to represent a warship. It's got the red maroon on the bottom, and it's gray on top. Big numbers on the side of it that represents a warship. Again, had to get it. Okay, so I've done that before. You guys notice there's no locomotive actually pulling that train? Huh. Don't see that every day, do you? Oh, that's why it's at the end. Well, we'll just see how that goes. But that's the last of the locomotives right there. 7022. That one's awesome too. Like the paint job on it, so crisp and everything else. Now, the reason, like I said, guys, we all get, and girls, we all get models, kits, stuff at home. We bought it, buy it, bring it home, put it on the tracks. Yeah, I got it. So what? Not a big deal. These locomotives, when I took them out and looked at them, fantastic, amazing, crisp, beautiful paint jobs, represent the actual thing that's out there on the rails, just great. Okay, that's one thing. Okay, a lot of companies are doing the great on the detail and stuff like that. So I put these things on the track, and I always do their laps for half an hour at full speed, half hour back, full speed. I did that on all 4 of them. Yeah, okay. Well, now I want to kind of run them together. So I consisted them all on the NCE system, which is really easy to do. If you got an NCE system, you just do it, push a button. And I separated them all by a meter, so 3 feet, right? And I put them on half speed and I let them go. And they went around the track 2, 3, 4 times. And I thought, this is weird. I've never seen this. So I stopped them. I got the measuring stick out, and they were out by like half an inch. That's it. They ran perfect at the same speed, consisted together around my layout 3, 4, 5 times. They've been doing it ever since. I won't take them off my layout. I'm not happy with these models. So actually, like I said, I sat back and went, I am happy that I actually bought these locomotives, these models. I've never done that. I have never in this hobby before bought something and stood back and looked at it and wanted to go out and buy more of them because they work that well, they run that well, and they look that well. So am I plugging the Athearn Genesis stuff? Maybe. I'm sure somebody else will too. Norman Rowe, Sparky's in love. I am Norman. And that's what I want to talk to people about tonight. Get people up here on the screen. I've got the passion for these 4 locomotives, and I just want to know, has anybody else had this kind of an experience with your layout, with kits, with something you've been given, bought, or built? Doesn't matter. But come on up and let me all know. I'm going to bring up Mr. TSG right off the bat, if he's ready. Little thumbs up would be good. Why did I even say it? Oh, dear.
Well, I got the other fingers put away before you dialed me up, huh?
Yeah, well, you knew it was coming.
Yeah. So
like I said, why did I even say it?
Yeah, whoops, whoa, I just messed up my camera. I can't say that that I have had a religious experience with a model like you're talking about. Although I have seen models where I was like, wow, that is really cool. Not to the point where I'm like, oh, I got to go and buy a whole bunch more. At least nothing comes to mind. But you asked a question earlier about what do you like about the hobby, kind of, or something to that effect. What a part of the hobby do you like the most? I think
Sure.
You asked that question, didn't you?
We can say I did.
I thought you did. I thought I heard something.
We did.
Yeah, something like that. Something that made me think of what we did over the weekend, which is really what I called for. I just wanted to thank you for helping. That's what I really wanted to say when I called in. But the thing that I like the most about the hobby is what we did, sharing it and making it accessible and making it something that people anywhere can partake in.
Well, why don't you let everybody know what you did this week? Well, what we did this weekend, because I'm sure there's a few people here that have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I guess I should have mentioned that. So this past weekend, we had what I think was the first hybrid train event that I'm aware of anyway. And it was here where I live. And I was part of the crew putting on the online show. And they were nice enough, the organizers. Well, I guess I was one of the organizers. We were nice enough to let me broadcast it on my channel. So both days of it's called the Bay Area Layout Design and Operations Meet. This is
I had the layout part right.
Yeah, it's an annual event, and I've been going to it for the past 4 or 5 years now. And one of the things that really struck me about it the first time I went is it's put on by the local guys that are part of the Layout Design Special Interest Group, or LDSIG, and also the Operations Special Interest Group, also known as OPSIG. And so they put on this meet where it's operations, it's layout clinics on layout design. It's something called the Layout Challenge, where they provide some parameters and then they let whoever wants to design a layout based on whatever these parameters are. Everybody gets the same set of parameters. And it's really fascinating to see how different the exact same set of parameters turns out as a layout design. So that's pretty cool. And then the other thing that they do is there's an opportunity for people that haven't operated before to go and do operations on the local layouts. Now, in this case, because of the pandemic this year, we did not do the regular operating sessions, but we did have something called the layout tour day. And I think that was the one that you helped on, wasn't it, on Saturday?
Yeah, I was on both days. So
Oh, you did help on Sunday too?
yeah, a little bit. I think I
Okay,
was out of there about 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock my time.
Oh, okay.
Or your time, I mean.
Yeah, whatever the case.
Yeah.
The point, though, is that we did it virtually. We had to, because there are people in my area that are, in the older demographic, and those actually tend to be the people that have the layouts. And they don't want to have strangers coming into their house, into their layouts, strangers that they don't know if they're vaccinated. They don't know, maybe they were out last night someplace and picked up COVID, and they're not going to sit there in front of your door testing people. So,
Yeah.
so they're like, why don't we just do it virtually this time? And so we did. And I think that as the first hybrid of its kind, it turned out pretty well. So if anybody's interested, they're welcome to go watch it on the channel. I didn't put any links in the chat or anything like that, but they can find it. Just go to TSG Multimedia and they'll find it. So, but I did want to thank you. I really, really appreciate your help a lot, Dave. And I also wanted to kind of apologize. I'm always so busy that I don't get a chance to come on to your stream and be as supportive as I would like to be of your efforts. Even though I really do appreciate what you do. Like right now, I happen to be available because I looked at the clock and I'm like, oh, it's 4 o'clock. Oh, it's Wednesday. And then it struck me, but I'm in the middle of editing a Chasing Trains episode right now. And it's actually a fairly riveting Chasing Trains episode because it's Tehachapi.
Oh, nice.
And the part that I'm on, as a matter of fact, if I can, I'll show you. Am I allowed to share my screen on here?
Sure, why not?
Okay,
Is it the part where I steal your wallet?
No. No, it has nothing to do with that. That was pretty good.
If people don't know, I'm not sure if John ever shared that part, but when I was down visiting him, we were rail fanning and stuff like that, and he's got a TSG wallet. I'm not sure if he can buy one on his website or not, but he held it up and went, "I've got the official TSG wallet," and I stole it out of his hand, ran down the tracks. Had no money in it, so I gave it back. But
yeah. Well, I mean, get used to that. There's never any money in my wallet. Well, according to my computer, I can't share what I'm looking at unless I quit Chrome and come back. So
well, we'll just get everybody to make sure they're checking out your channel.
Yeah,
TSG
that'll work.
Multimedia, and that's one of my favorite things you put on is Chasing Trains. So
yeah, it's a fairly popular one. So a series,
Yeah.
and the important thing, at least for us, is we have a lot of fun doing it, as you know. So,
Yeah, we do.
and this particular episode is, I don't know if you remember, but last year, it was in August and September, I went on this really long trip. I was gone for 2 weeks,
Yeah.
and we went through basically the western half of the US, everything south of, I guess, Washington state, except for we didn't go into Oregon, but we went like 7 states and 2 weeks. And part of the trip on the way back was going up through Tehachapi so that we could share that as a place, right, with my friend Alvin, because he had never been there before. So that's something else, Dave, what we should do the next time, someday, whenever you come out here again, we should go to Tehachapi, because you'd probably like that.
Oh, I probably would. And I know another gentleman that lives pretty close by. He knows a lot of secret spots to.
I know Backroads Bob.
Yep, that's him.
I tried to call him on this trip, but he didn't have enough notice, and he was already helping someone with something else. And
I definitely let him know a couple months in advance.
I was kind of bummed out that I didn't get to see him and it was my fault. I mean, I should have called him on the trip, but I didn't think of it until, the day we were there. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Backroads Bob lives here. I should see if he wants to go with us. And he's like, oh, I wish you'd told me sooner. So, I really blew that.
If anybody's wondering, that's a Bob Long Shadow Trees. So
yeah, Bob Lacey.
Manny Fernandez, I'll give you the old beard, buddy. Thank you.
Beard buddy. Sounds like something you use to shave. Anyway, so thank you for helping. Thank you for what you do here.
I always have fun when I help you out, and I like helping Sydney out too. So,
yep.
And I got to call you this weekend, so that was great too.
Yeah.
Long enough to say hello. Your audio's not working. Click.
Yeah. That was another thing that was, I don't know what happened. I think that the file I downloaded from YouTube was corrupt or something, because 2 of those videos, the audio wasn't working on them. So what he's talking about was we had for our lunch break during the
Thanks, Manny.
Yeah, look at that. During the SIG meet for the lunch break, I was playing a couple of videos. Well, actually 3 or 4 videos off of my channel, and then 2 videos promoting the meet that we're having here in April in my area for the local NMRA chapter, or actually it's for our region, excuse me. And so the videos weren't working. I got a call, and it was this guy. I'm doing it wrong. He could have pointed the right direction. He's like, hey, your audio's not working. Because I was sitting outside, watching trains and eating my lunch. Because when we were inside, it's where I live, we still have a mask requirement. So I had this mask on all day. And man, I'll tell you what, it really hurt my nose by the end of the day. Because, it has that little wire that goes over the bridge of your nose. And luckily, I didn't have to wear the kind that has the elastic around your ears. It actually had elastic that went around the back of my head and down here by my neck. But man, if I had to wear the one that went around my ears probably would have fallen off. So, but anyway, that's what it was. Sitting outside eating lunch, I get a call from old Sparky here. Hey, your audio's not working. I ran inside, and sure enough, it wasn't working. So.
Well, I knew you were busy, so that's the other thing too. Calling you at such a time, you obviously knew something was up. So,
yeah, right. I mean, I'm like, why is he calling me?
So.
I almost saw the caller ID. I'm like, oh, it's him. Don't answer it. He might steal your wallet.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, like I said, I always appreciate you helping me out with my Christmas live stream and stuff like that, and I know you do a couple of the virtual events too, so I like helping you out and getting involved that way too. And
it looks like there's at least one other person still who was on here that also helped. So thanks, Heath, for helping out last weekend.
Oh, did Heath pop in? There he is.
Yeah. I don't remember who all was on, and I'm still kind of recovering from that whole thing, because it's, to put on a show like that is a lot of work. and
Well,
a
we had
lot of.
Andy in there for quite a bit of it too. So
Oh, is Andy here too? Yeah.
I don't know if he's here or not. I haven't seen his name. I'm just saying he was there for quite a bit of the show. So
Yeah, he's always really helpful too. So,
Yeah.
and those kind of shows we'd still put them on, but it wouldn't be as good without you guys helping. So I really do appreciate it. And
I
if the
noticed the
show,
president of the NMRA was in the background pretty much for the whole time too, I think. So
oh, cool.
yeah, Gordy was there watching. So
Yeah, he was trying to comment on one of the I don't remember if it was the design challenge, but he was trying to comment on one of the events, one of the clinics or something, and we ran out of time. And Sid was
No.
like, "Oh, Gordy's trying to say something," and I had the other guy that was running the video next to me saying, "We got to get to the next thing." I'm like, "Oh, well, shoot, I hope he's still here."
yeah.
So, I mean, but that's how it is with any kind of event. If you went to a in-person convention, you'd miss something because you always miss something. So,
Yeah, you're over here when something over there is going on. So
exactly.
yeah, no, it was a good event, and hopefully everybody here. We got 65 watching, but maybe after they're done watching me, they can head over and check out TSG Multimedia. They're 8-hour videos each, I think, but still you
Yeah.
can kind of click through them and watch parts. So
Yeah, what I did after we were done was I went through them and I put the time, when you
Yeah.
put 0:, whatever the time is, and then YouTube will let you jump straight to it if you want to,
Right.
just by clicking the chapter down below. So if you click on one chapter and it's boring or you don't like the topic or whatever, just click on the next one. It'll be easy to just scoot through it. There was one particular, there are actually two, there are actually a few, but one particular clinic that I found pretty interesting was there's a guy in, I think he's in Minnesota, he's named Michael Jordan, but it's not the basketball player Michael Jordan,
yeah, I know. I thought that too.
right? Different guy, Michael Jordan, and he does operations, and he's got it down to like, so his operations have to do with reefer cars, right? And basically shipping fruits and vegetables and that kind of thing. And he's researched it so much that he knows all the different types of reefers and the actual process. So whereas in a really sort of basic operating session, you may place reefers on a track and then say, okay, well, in 5 minutes they're loaded, because you operate on a fast clock. In 5 minutes would be like an hour.
Right.
I'm just using it, pulling numbers out of my, out of the air here. Right. Or I almost pulled them out of. Anyway, what he did was he knows that you have to do things like empty the reefer, clean out the reefer, get it cooled down to the right temperature, then load it. So there are 4 different tracks, and you have to back in the reefer into each one at different times to get it loaded, pretend loaded, which I thought was really taking it to another level of sort of complexity. And it was
when I was watching him, and I was, by the end of it, I was just flabbergasted of his, like, holy crap, you could do a whole operation session just on a reefer car.
You could,
But
and it could take
when he
most
first
of
come
the
on,
time.
yeah. So when he first come on, it's going to talk about reefers, and I'm like, okay, it's a box car. You got lids on top. You throw ice in it, and you ship it out.
Right.
And then he goes into all the great detail of cleaning it, and like you said, cooling it, and even the part that I thought mixing vegetables and fruit and stuff. Then they had to disinfect it, and I'm like, whoa,
Right.
back up here. Like, they don't just throw crap in it with ice in it and it goes somewhere. No.
Yeah.
The process of it would take over a week if you really think about it per car. Like,
and then
it's amazing that these fruit growers even made money spending or getting the railroad to ship like oranges and stuff like that. By the time they got the cars ready and cooled and filled and shipped and everything else.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's all about logistics, right? Because he also was talking about, toward the end, he talks about how, there are sort of incidentals too, like salt, right?
Yeah.
Why would you bring a car of salt into a fruit packer? And there was a reason for that. And I don't remember what the other ones were, sawdust maybe. I don't remember, but it was fascinating that you can get into that level of detail for your operations. And I just thought it was cool. Like, I could see getting into that kind of nitty gritty, because not only are you simulating something that actually happened, but you have to learn what the process was. And there's a lot of knowledge, right, that goes with that. I mean, it's kind of, I don't know, I guess if you think about it, it's kind of useless knowledge in the way that, you'll never use that in everyday life, but
Yeah, I guess it's useless knowledge unless you're actually trying to be prototypical, right? So, like Fred Wild was there too. He's in the chat, and he said he found it really cool talking about all that kind of things and what were shipped in, like wax paper shipped in a reefer car. That's like, would you even think wax paper in a reefer car? Like,
yeah.
And then Rabel Bell, he does do a lot of modeling and has reefer cars on his layout, and he just said, "Well, guess I got to redo part of my layout." And
right,
Rabel Bell, I'm telling you, go back to TSG Multimedia, find that one. And he'll say it one more time before I kick him off.
Yeah.
What the reefer one was, go watch it. It was amazing.
Yeah. It was Mike Jordan. It was on Sunday. So day 2, it's the thumbnail with the Southern Pacific engine on the front. And what about the other thing, the different types of reefers, right? Because he had the ones where you drop ice down the hatches, but then there were other ones that had mechanicals.
Yeah.
And some of them had mechanical things that attached to the outside, and it was an engine out on the outside that ran it, and then they would disconnect it after it was cooled off, and off the train goes.
They had fans. Some had fans on the outside blowing in. Some had fans on the inside blowing out.
Yeah.
Don't give it all away. People go watch it over on TSG Multimedia after this.
Yeah. Don't do it on the stream. So anyway, I take up too much of your time. I'll talk to you later.
You did.
Thanks again, and thanks to everybody else who helped. I don't always get a chance to thank people, and frankly, I was just way too busy on Sunday to get on and thank anybody because we were cleaning up. I'll send pictures sometime. You should see the setup we had for this thing. It was insane.
Yeah, it would be cool.
All right. I'll talk to you later, man.
All right. See you, bud.
Yep.
All right. So I got a couple more people down in the basement, but I'm going to bring Thomas Grassi up. As soon as he gives me a thumbs up, too, I don't want to. So I got a couple more people down in the basement. There he is. So hopefully you got something to show and tell. Like I said, I'm really excited and really happy and stuff that I got these models. And just in case people weren't here at the beginning and stuff, but I got these Athearn locomotives because Canadian, story short, guys, I put these on the track and they just run so perfectly together. I sat back and looked at them and went, wow, I am so happy I bought these locomotives. I'd want to go out and buy some more. So, Thomas, have you ever been in that boat? Have you ever been that happy, that ecstatic that you've purchased something and you just couldn't believe it was that good? I think we got to find your microphone because you're gargling. Nope, still can't hear you. Oh. Nope. It's picking up sound, but it's not. It's like you're way across the room. Well, we could always click you off, and maybe if you come back in, it might come back on again. Who knows? I'll put the link back in the chat for you. And same with anybody else. If you want to come up, if you got something that you want to share that you just thought was the greatest thing in the world that you bought, built, or has a gift, and hopefully Thomas can get his microphone worked out a bit. We got Alex Brockway in the basement. He's just jumping up and down. I think he's trying to be happy. And he's muted. There he is.
Not anymore.
There you go, bud.
Yeah, I'm excited, I guess. I got some show and tell items. How's that sound? Good?
Bring them on. I can even make you big screen for this.
Okay. All right. We got one item here. I just love these Rapido passenger cars. Oh, there we go. In the shot. They're awesome. They're so detailed. They have lights in them. The underbody detail's awesome. Even the inside, if you see all that in there, so detailed.
Oh, did you just take the roof off that by clicking it?
Yep.
Are they all like that?
2-piece roof. Yep. You squeeze
I didn't
here
know
in the
that.
center. Here, I'll show you with this Via one. Roof's on, right? Nice and tight. Won't come off. Tip it upside down. Just pinch here in the center. Take your little bit of a fingernail underneath. Push up. Up it comes.
No way.
Yep.
Wow, I just learned something today.
These, of course, are the battery-powered ones, but they're not the track-powered ones. I went the cheaper way. Magic wand, of course. Boop. The lights are on in there.
Cool.
Yep. All right, let's save the best for last.
So you're that happy you bought like 50 of those, huh?
Well, yeah. There's a whole bunch over there in that pile.
Wow.
All right, you can see the blue already, right?
Oh yeah.
This is one of my favorite engines I bought. The detail's awesome. It's got awesome lights. It just looks so real. It's got class lights, red class lights there, ditch lights. All the hoses are correct. Everything's
Yeah, but
just
that's a
awesome.
CSX model.
Well, yeah, but we're just pretending it's Conrail, not a CSX one.
Oh, okay.
But the numbers are yellow. It's so small, how could you even tell?
Oh, when you hold it up that close, it's easy.
Well, I guess.
So it's at a 636?
What do you mean?
What locomotive is it?
B36.
Yeah, okay. I was close.
Yeah,
Got an extra
B36.
number.
Yep. Picked it up off a guy on Marketplace, Facebook Marketplace. Picked it up cheap.
Right on.
Yeah, I won't tell you the price.
No, probably won't because I'll come and take it
No.
on you or something.
No, if you're that curious to know, I'll message you later. But I was obsessed with the FPA 4, right? I love them. So I bought them. Look at all these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 5 of them.
Wow.
Yeah.
I thought it was something else that I went out and got 4 of these CP locomotives. But
Went out and got 5 FPA 4s. They're all different. I got one.
did you
on
go
the
out and
rail.
get a better job than me or something?
No, well, sort of, but not really. I got them at
Yeah,
a
I know.
discounted rate. I got all the railroads. My grandfather had a whole bunch of them. I bought them from him.
Yeah.
The New York and Lake Erie, Glare,
Yeah.
of course.
Just slow down with your camera work a little bit because it takes
All
a bit
right.
for it to focus. So
I know. I'm afraid you're going to shove me off and put somebody else up.
now I got
Why
Jim
am I
Tedesco
hurry?
sitting in the basement. I'll bring Thomas back up in a second and
All
see
right.
if he
Oh,
talks.
got to get it in the right spot.
There you go.
Yeah. This way. There we go.
Looks familiar.
Yeah, it does. Well, that one's over there. I got the CN54 scheme. Not all of them have sound. There we go.
Oh, Canadian National.
Yep. Got 2
So-
Canadian Nationals and 1 Via.
What's got you so obsessed with Canadian stuff now?
Oh, I don't know. I got a lot of Canadian stuff. All of a sudden, I just struck an interest in Canadian stuff.
Right on.
I guess that's good, right?
Of course. Conrail's better, but
Well, yeah. The cat, see, look at, she's trying to find out what's going on. She always does that.
yeah, I'm watching her.
Yeah. Well, I bought myself a GoPro the other day.
Oh, you gonna put it on the layout and do what I do?
I did that, but I can't stream to YouTube.
Why?
Got to have 1,000 subscribers first, it says.
Oh, yeah, that's
So I
right.
went to Facebook instead. That's
Yeah,
not as
okay.
bad, but
Yeah, I think your dad sent me a Facebook message, but I
probably.
think I was busy during the weekend, like you heard
Yeah, I
with
don't know. He
TSP
sent it
there.
to all
So
his friends or something like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
well, that was cool. So how'd you like doing the live stream then?
It's pretty cool, but gets you frustrated sometimes when the train going the other direction. Just all of a sudden, it's made about 25 laps, and then the train going the other direction knocks the camera off. But either way,
The biggest thing I found with the GoPro Live is it's about 30 to 40 seconds behind.
Oh
So
yeah.
when I stop watching the train or something, then I'll look back on the screen and be like, "Oh man, where are they?" And
Yeah,
they're like
I watched
nowhere
the
around.
camera
Can't find it.
that
So
from the GoPro. I watched the camera from the GoPro, and
Yeah.
I'm watching, and then all of a sudden I hear the train off, and then the camera's not off yet, so it's like, yeah, it is behind.
yeah. Well, how many subscribers do you got now?
I think. Let me check right now. I'll tell you. It's
I'm
around.
pretty sure you're a moderator on my channel, so you could always pop a link in the chat
I
too.
think so. Let me see. Right now we're at 485.
So we got a few to go to get you to
We got a
1,000.
few
But
to go.
yeah, but you never know.
We'll get there someday.
So when did you start buying those that made you so happy?
Which ones?
The ones that you were just showing off.
Oh, everything?
Yeah.
Well, the FPA 4s I got about 4 or 5 months ago. Cars I just got about a couple days ago, really. Yep. Those are awesome. I just love them.
Yeah,
And
Rapido's passenger cars are really, really nice. Great
we love
detail.
them
Like I
so
said,
much. We bought them all. That's why.
yeah. But I think that's about the
I'll tell
only
you-
car
I'll
that
tell
should
you
have
the
that
price.
much detail.
I'll tell you the price we paid because there's no more there for anybody to go get. We paid $55 a passenger coach.
Wow, good deal.
Mhm.
That's like half price of the regular
Oh, I
everyday
know.
deal.
Brand new in the box. So,
Wow,
yeah.
crazy.
Yep.
All right, bud. Thanks for sharing.
You're welcome. That's about all I got.
All right. Put your
All
link
right.
up in the chat. Oh, somebody
I will.
Kyle Stevens already did. Cool.
Oh,
We
thank
need
you.
500 people, guys.
I'm thinking about a giveaway of 500, so
Nice.
pretty sure.
Should have said 1,000. Maybe we could have got you there.
Well, it'll be a better one at 1,000, huh?
All right. So a giveaway at
Yeah.
500, guys. Go
All right.
check them out.
That's official. I just, it's official.
Gonna give away that hat on your head?
Well, I could, but my grandfather gave it to me. He said it's
Oh,
on a
then-
loan.
Then don't do that. I still got to get down so we can go see your grandfather in his trains.
I know.
Yeah.
Titusville. It's the week
So-
after. Where are we going?
Strasbourg.
That's right. It's a week after Strasbourg. We're going down there.
Are
I
you?
can't say anything, but the M420 that he has, it's getting some new paint.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Strasbourg, May 20th to 22nd. So I've already got my caboose booked.
Yeah.
And Sean McGee should be joining me along with my lovely wife and my daughter. So
Yep.
I can't wait to get there. Been down to see Vinny. That was been all the traveling I've done in the last 3 years, basically. So
That's crazy.
I know
All
I
this
got to go
COVID
somewhere.
crap.
So, all right, bud.
Word. My bad.
What?
I said the word.
Get out.
All right. Bye-bye.
See ya.
See ya.
All right, Thomas, we're going to bring you back up, see if we can hear you. You're still raspy.
Really, I had OBS open and I closed it down. Restart today.
I'm trying to think of what TV show that sounds like. Anyway, if you got show and tell, maybe you could show it and just big smile on your face.
Well, what I had was a Pico three-way turnout, and I couldn't get it to work. Electronically, because every time I run a train, on one of the version tracks, it would short out, and I had to hook up to my tortoises, frogs, and I would take one wire off the frog, and that one side would work, the other side wouldn't work. So I sent out some email to people, and then Jason Trench told me about this guy Marty. And then
Thomas, I'm going to interrupt you because we still can barely hear you.
Really?
Where's your mic?
Well, my mic is right here. Yeah. But
Because it sounds like it's got tape or something over it.
it doesn't. I got it. See here.
Yeah, Mac Mini's saying sounds like earphones plugged into a microphone jack.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's a Logitech one. But anyway, so I got this paint. I came in.
Take it to your left. There you go.
migrants, people, and here, really small. That's the guy who worked for.
So some 3D printed stuff, and you're going to try to paint them.
Yeah. So anyway, Jason kind of gave me an idea, and that Marty guy had a YouTube video, and I looked at that, and he used a dual front juicer. So it came in on one, I ordered one in money, put it in, and bingo, everything worked.
Now, only if we could get your mic to work. I'm still trying to figure out the movie that sounds like, where it's off to the side. During the replay, you're going to hear yourself, and it's just maybe somebody in the chat can say what kind of movie I'm thinking about. Was it Star Wars or one of the characters or something like that? Anyway, before we make everybody upset in the chat, though, I'm going to bring up Jim Tedesco. We can keep you up if you're horsing around with your mic, and every once in a while you can try to talk. We can barely hear you anyway, so you're not going to interrupt anything until you can talk, and then you will. So, hey, Jim.
Hey, Sparky, can you hear me all right?
You're kind of gargly, but no, you're good, buddy. You're good. Maybe that's the thing tonight is my sound on my video wasn't working, and then you guys were horsing around, and well, I'm talking away, and everybody at the beginning said, nope, still can't hear you. And there's a bit of a lag type thing. So, of course, then I'm starting to think nobody can hear me. And the panic sets in on my face.
Yeah, I know the feeling.
And now Thomas is having a bit of a problem. So, hey.
I hope you
How you doing, Jim?
There you go. Hey, Thomas.
Now we can hear him.
All right.
Now you got to wait your turn. Now you got to wait your turn, Thomas.
I don't know. You can let him go first if you want. Actually, I'll be fairly quick.
Sure, go for it.
The greatest amount of happiness I got, believe it or not, is when I got this shed, the Sugar Shack. Even though it cost me an arm and a leg, I was so happy the day it came in, and I'm still happy about it. So I'm happy about a lot of the stuff that I have inside as well, but the shack itself, that was my greatest expense and the greatest amount of happiness that I got.
Now, a couple of questions I want to ask you about your shed is you got yours pre-built and delivered.
Yes, I did.
How come?
Well, that wasn't the plan. The plan was I was originally going to have a 20 by 30. I think I remember telling you that.
Yeah.
And I had so many problems with the foundation because I didn't want to pour a concrete foundation. So I went with wood. And they told me at first it was fine. And then they said, well, we can't really build on that. So I wound up I got my money back on that one. And the only thing really left to do, because I'm not in any kind of physical condition to build my own, was to buy a pre-built shed. And this was the biggest thing they had that they could deliver.
Yeah, I was looking into the pre-built sheds too, and I think the biggest one that they had was 35 feet by 15.
Yeah, this one's 12 by 32 on the outside. So it's not bad. I wish it were a little wider. It would have been nice if it been about, say, 4 foot wider. That would have solved a lot of issues for me, but, the way it goes.
Yeah, and see, I went the opposite way. I made mine thinner. I went to 13 feet across on the outside.
Ah.
So I'm 12 feet inside.
Still, though, yours looks a lot bigger than mine. How long are yours?
Mine's 47 feet long.
Oh, yeah, you're way bigger than mine. Well, but the main thing is we got enough room to do what we got to do, right? That's really all that matters.
Yeah, well, when I built mine, though, I had to make it – the only way I could get a permit for mine was to have a tool utility shed in the back.
Ah.
So my back 10 feet is actually got a wall up. So I've lost 10 feet. So I'm about the same length as yours, I guess. But the last 10 feet of this shed is an actual utility shed for the lawnmower.
See, I was actually going to do something like that originally with the 20 by 30, section off the small section of it for like a utility shed, but like I said, it just didn't work out the way I wanted it to. But I'm still very happy. I mean, this is, if I'd have been younger, pre-stroke, I would have built my own shed.
Yeah.
But because of my physical condition after the stroke, that was not possible. Because some of my friends are just build one. I'm going, yeah, easier said than done.
For sure. There's a lot of things I learned on mine. Mine's not quite square either. So
Well, I've built things before. I've partially, rebuilt houses and stuff in the past. And I was a handyman before I had the stroke. And I did a lot of construction work. So, because everything I did there, I put all the interior walls in here. I did the electric, the plumbing. Everything I've got, I've done myself except for the main structure. So the structure wouldn't have been that big of a deal. It's basically like building a wood frame house.
yeah.
But I just don't have the strength or, the resolve to do it anymore. So
Yeah, there's a lot of us like that. So the other question I got for you is with your roof, your ceiling there. That's insulation board, right?
yes, it is.
So how's it holding the heat in?
It's doing very well now.
Is it?
I was going to go ahead and use the fiberglass insulation in the ceiling, on the roof.
Yeah.
And I thought that's going to be a real pain in the butt, and I really don't need a peaked roof anyway on the inside.
Mm.
So I got to thinking, well, why don't I just put these styrofoam sheets in their insulators? And I've got the the other insulation, the foam,
Foam.
whatever.
The bats.
Yeah, the bats I've got in the walls, and it's 8-inch thick.
Yeah.
So I've got good. I mean, when it's freezing outside, it's not too bad in here, and when it's hot outside, still not too bad in here. So it all worked out pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
I just gotta say, as a shed owner, this is the way to go for a model railroad.
Oh, absolutely! It beats the hell out of a room
And a basement.
or a basement. Well, I don't have a basement, but if I did, I probably would have went with that. But basements are hard to come by in Florida.
Yeah, for sure.
But no, that's just I mean, every time I live here practically. My wife yells at me, "Yeah, you spend all your time in your shed." And I'm going, well, yeah.
Oh, I try when I'm not at work. I'm out here normally, so
It's great. It's I can't even express the happiness I feel with this.
Yeah.
And I usually don't get excited about things.
No, I'd agree with you. The shed is a great thing too, so I could see that being a happy moment for you too. So,
Oh, you should have been here today, Kim. Well, I did videotape it, and you probably couldn't see me too much, but I had a grin on my face from ear to ear for the whole day.
well, we'll wait until you post that.
Waiting, it took almost 6 months to get the darn thing.
Yeah.
And it's like, I mean, every day I was like chomping at the bit. When's the shed gonna get here? When's the shed gonna get here?
Yeah, I still remember those videos.
Oh, I remember watching you build yours, and how long did it take you to build yours from start to finish?
I just the basic framing in the walls and stuff, I think was about a month and a half.
That's not too bad.
But you got to remember, it was 4 YouTube guys that built this. So
that's true.
Like we only had one carpenter here, and he's been semi-retired, and he can't see this far in front of his face. So, and that's Ron Perry. So, yeah, Toy Man helped me, and then RDNT helped me, Randy. So.
That's cool.
And then Peter, he helped me too. So yeah, there was 4 or 5 guys that all helped out.
And I wish I would have had some help here. It would have been nice, but now
it was a nice experience to bring friends together to build something that it still cost quite a bit of money to build it, but the experience alone, I think, was very enjoyable.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So.
All right. Well, listen, I don't want to take up too much time. Let some other guys in there. So, enjoy the hobby, and you guys all do well.
Awesome. Well, I got a little service announcement I got to do here, just because we have had my Christmas contest, and the other contest was kind of put on hold because I ended up off work for 3 weeks. But that was the $1,000 contest for hitting 5,000 followers. So I was breaking that up for 500 is the first prize, 300 is the second prize, and 200 is going to be the third prize. and they're gift certificates from OVR. So don't everybody get excited. It's not money. It's gift certificates. So you got to get train stuff with it. If you buy train stuff and then send it to me, that's just fine. I get a big shed to store it in. No. So we had 45 people or 46 people total actually watched all 4 videos. Now, for this kind of a prize, I did make it a bit of work for everybody. You had to watch 4 videos and comment on it that this was the video that you're watching. It had to be the first, second, third, or fourth. And you were entering the 5,000 followers contest. The people that have entered, and I've got like 3 pages. I'm telling you, this is a lot of work to go through and write down everybody's name that did the right comments, go through all 4 videos, and make sure they watched all 4 because most people didn't. But for the people that did watch all 4 videos and commented, and they are entered into the $1,000 contest. I should start saying gift certificate, I guess, but you guys know what I mean, right? Chris Mitchell, Sean McGee, B Blue Crab B, Shays N Scale, Container Man 68, Grandpa Rails, Digger Evans Model Railway, James Galton, Dragon Lover 68, Caboose 121, Ron Moan, Mason Dixon Railroad, Fred Wild, Dwight Curley, Drew Dudes Model Trains, Joe Rader Black Rock Central Railroad, Jeff Allen, Lynn McCurley and the HDMMRC, Roy Ethlem, Norman Rowe, Dave BNSF N Scale, who now changed his name in the chat. So I don't know. Should we disqualify him, Thomas? Just say yes.
Sure.
Yeah, because he changed his name. I don't know if that should count then. So, but Dave BNSF N Scale, Mike Thomas, Adam Cruz, Weber Model Railway, Nathan DeLay, Train Fan 120, Murphy 7575, Jiguku Samurai, Carolina Foothills Railroad D Knight, Drew Steele 69, Lehigh River Subdivision, White Wall Wheels, One Hardcore MOH, Mark E. Saunders, NS 5107, aka Chasco, Ron Brights, Foltz Bailey Model Railroad, Highland Husky Mooch Squad, Siegfried Leopold, Pennsylvania Northwestern Railway, BNSF Richard, F&B Railroad, Steve Childers, Creepy 013, H&H Express Model N Scale Trains, Steve 87 PSAT, and CP 368. Now, if you heard your name, you're entered into the contest because you watched all 4 and did the comments correctly. If you think you've watched all 4 of my videos and made comments correctly, send me an email after this live stream and I will go back and double check and get you entered. But for this one, I think tonight what I want to do is the second place contest winner. So for $300 gift certificate from OVR Trains, I've got all those names in this bucket. Nicely folded up. They're all folded the same on a sticky note. So if your name was called, I wrote your name down on a sticky pad, put it in here, put it above my head for $300 gift certificate from OVR Trains, stirring it all up. I can't see nothing, and I look like an idiot on TV. Somebody would have done a super chat or something. I would have had to do that with a wig on. And for $300 gift certificates from OVR Trains. And the last part of this contest, Chris Mitchell has to send me an email by Saturday to claim his $300 gift certificate. So, Chris Mitchell, hopefully if you're in here, you know enough to email. How did I end up getting muted? Hopefully I wasn't muted for that whole thing.
No, you aren't. Yeah, I could hear you.
Oh, good. All of a sudden I looked down and it said mute. And I'm like, oh, I must have hit the button with the sticker. So Container Man 68 wig. We can do that. So what was wrong with your mic?
I found the setting on here, and it was pointing to one of my other cameras.
Ah,
Yeah, I got 3 cameras now, and I got a 4th one to order to show my Helix side, and that's order that one in another couple weeks.
yeah.
But,
When I started doing live streams and stuff like that, I think I had 6 cameras around the layout, and it didn't matter which mic I had on. It wasn't the camera that I was on. So
yeah,
there's
and,
always people telling me, "You're wrong mic, wrong mic."
yeah, exactly.
Now I just bought this one. So
Yep. So, I run OBS on my computer for, and then I had to shut that down, and I thought that was it. But then the settings in here on the YouTube channel here was pointing to the wrong camera, so I fixed that. But anyway, what happened? I had a Pico 3-way turnout, and every time I would run the trains to one of the diversion tracks, one side or the other, it would short out. And I had it hooked up to my tortoises, and then I would disconnect one of the frog wires, and one side would work, and then the other one would short out. I'd hook up both of them again, the other side would work, and the other side would short out. So I questioned Pico, they never responded, and I put up a YouTube video. I got some responses in there. And then Jason, the train freak, he responded to one of my emails and told me about this guy called M&M Shortline Railroad, Marty. And he did a video on a Pico 3-way for N scale. And he showed how he wired his up with a dual frog juicer. So I ordered one, and I was a little skeptical.
yeah, gotta interrupt you.
Yeah.
Rail artist. He got his social insecurity payment today, and I got $20 of it.
There you go.
Thanks, buddy. All right, keep going.
Okay, so the dual frog juicer I ordered, and I was a little skeptical if it was going to work or not. And then it came in on Monday, so I called up work, says, "Oh, I'm going to work from at home." So I waited for the thing to come, and then as soon as it came in, I hooked it up, and bingo, everything started working properly. So
Awesome.
yeah, so it's it gets excited when things work. And then I was showing you the paint, and that's what Bernard from Mini Prints told me to get, and that's that. And then this flesh paint is for the skin color.
Yeah.
Yep. And then the people I showed you before, this little guy here, I got to paint him. I got 2 sets of these work crews, and I'm going to put them on my layout. I got a little pickup truck next to the rail yard and stuff like that. I'm going to put them there and make them like they're exchanging shifts or something like that. And I got more people coming. Matter of fact, Jim Tedesco made me 2 train platforms for my one train station. I only had one platform on it, and when my MTA train comes in, it wouldn't stop, and so I got more platforms so it would stop in front of the train station. And I got that all automated now with JMRI, where
Awesome.
the train goes around, it stops at the train station, waits there for about 15-20 seconds, and then it picks up again and goes. So that's all, once I get that, and I got people coming, some miniatures coming in for the train, the platform, sitting down people and some other passengers and stuff like that I got to put on there. So a lot of detail is coming now on the layout, because I got the trains almost all running, and Jason, the train freak, he's putting decoders in 2 of my engines, the ones that I consist, and I figured I'd give him the business to do that. I mean, I can do it, but I said sometimes I don't have the patience to do that, that sort of thing. And I like doing that kind of stuff, but I said I'll give him the business, since he's starting up his company. I figure I'd throw some business his way.
Oh,
And
that's awesome.
I like to spread it out, the wealth, if I can. It's always good to have somebody else do something for you and make it work. So I'm looking forward to getting that back. But then I found out he got COVID this weekend, and he was homesick. So he's got like about 6, 7 engines ahead of mine, and he said he got to do a couple of them because he was laid up for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. So gave him my well wishes and hope he gets well soon.
Well, hopefully. I don't know. There's a couple other people. JP Videos, I know him from Pennsylvania, and he goes to all my meet and greets and stuff too.
Yeah.
And he was out for 2 months.
Yeah.
He ended up in the hospital. He was in the hospital for 2 weeks. The doctor literally said the next part for him was going to be a respirator.
Right.
And most people don't come off the respirator, and it scared the living crap right out of them, basically.
Right.
So to make a long story short, but the biggest thing, and I'm not preaching anything about the showstopper, which way to go, vaccinated or not vaccinated, but I got a little bit of a chuckle because he says the doctor that he had in the ER that stopped in didn't have a very good bedside manner.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, so the doctor comes in and says, yeah, you've got the showstopper. Are you vaccinated or not? And he's like, well, my wife's vaccinated, my daughter's vaccinated, but I'm not vaccinated. And the doctor looked at him and said, what are you, stupid?
Yeah, right.
It's like, oh man, yep, you're right. That doctor has no bedside manner.
No, exactly, because that's up to the individual what they want to do. But anyway,
yeah, for sure. Like I said, I'm not preaching anything about the vaccination or not. I started laughing so bad when he said that about the doctor, and I'm just like, oh my god, really?
Yeah, I'm doing a silent protest at work because they make us wear masks, and I sit in an office with another guy,
Yeah.
and I mean, it's ridiculous. So in New Jersey, the governor decided to lift the mask mandate on March 7th. And somebody on the radio station called in and says, hey, the governor now has a new item to add to his resume. He's now a fortune teller. How does he know everything's going to be fine on March 7th? So, But anyway, I posted something on there. I think you missed it before. I asked you, are the truck drivers circled around your town and not letting anybody in up there?
Well, not around my town, but they're definitely getting around.
Yeah. Did you hear that they took all their money from the GoFundMe thing?
Yep.
Yeah, that's craziness. And I hope they do well because there's a lot of shenanigans going on and they need to stop all this stuff. But what are you going to do?
Yeah. Well.
But anyway,
we'll keep this channel to model trains.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so
once the trains are going, we're doing fine. So
right, yeah. So I'm gonna I started with my airbrushing stuff too, and I really like that because first day I did it, couldn't figure out how to clean the airbrush, and I watched a couple of YouTube videos, and then I found my own way, and I says, hey, this works better because every time I would pull out the pin, the push button thing would fall out, and I go, how do you get this back in now? And he said, okay, so now I just pull it out just enough that it still keeps it locked in place, and then I can clean it, and then I push it in and out until it's all clean and everything. So it really works out.
I'm going to tell you how stupid I am about airbrushes. When I first started the hobby and stuff, you watch everybody doing weathering and stuff with airbrushes and things, and I always said, how do you clean them out? And everybody's like, well, it's easy, a little alcohol or the cleaning solution or whatever. And I'm thinking, that's got to be the biggest pain in the butt, cleaning out that long hose right from the tank all the way up to the brush. And you go through so much cleaning material and everything else. I couldn't grasp the concept that you clean the airbrush.
Right.
That's it. Not the long hose that holds the air.
Holds the air, right? Yeah.
Right. So I never bought an airbrush for the longest time.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got one sitting right over there on the floor now, still in the box. I haven't taken it out of the box yet because, like you, I want to watch a few videos on how to set it up, how to clean it, how to set it up properly, how to actually do it. So it's going to be a bit of a progress, but hey, you should put up some videos on your progress and the do's and don'ts and things that you've learned. And
Yeah,
I just shared how stupid I was. I thought you cleaned out the air hose. So
no, it's really easy. But you know, when you're first doing it, you don't realize, you know, and you take things apart and put them down in order so you remember how to put them back together and all that kind of stuff. And I just said, this is, you know, there's got to be an easier way. And but the stuff that they told me to get, that works. You know, I put it in there, spray it, it cleans it out. Then I get alcohol with a Q-tip to put in there, clean it around, and it all comes out clear. Spray it a little bit, and I put in another color, and I don't get no mixture of anything else on there. So
yeah,
like
so there's some comments in the chat going by now on who to check out and things about airbrushes. So it's going to be worth the replay later.
Yeah,
on to watch.
I got two guys I subscribe to, and they do real good stuff. But I can't remember their names off the top of my head. But all these guys have these weird channel names, you know, so it's hard to remember everything. But, you know, it's always easy.
Yeah, like I said, mine's been sitting on the floor for, I don't know, 2 weeks, a month, maybe, still in the box. So
yeah, well, mine
again, I'm working too much. I don't have time to even watch YouTube or do the trains or anything else. So
yeah, well, mine was in
starting a
the
new
box for
part of
about
the
3
hobby, so-
months, so that's not bad. Mine was in the box for 3 months because I needed to get stuff before I could do it. Then I
something
finally
I'm
got
looking for. I got all the paint and stuff upstairs already. So
Yeah, I got a bunch of paint in my closet too for the acrylic paints and stuff like that. And, but this was special for the people that Bernard told me about. So I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna use paintbrushes to do this with the hand paintbrush. So
wow.
yeah, because it's so fine detail.
Oh,
Like,
for sure. They
yeah,
are small.
I had a diner that I built, and I had to put red stripes on the building, you know, and I said, how am I going to paint that? So what I did was I bought some pinstriping tape,
Yeah.
and I put that in between the things, and then I blue taped it all the way, rest around, and I sprayed it with red paint, and it came out to me perfect. You know,
Cool.
it's my railroad. I don't care. You know, it looks good to me. You know. And
That's the biggest part of it right there, as long as you're happy with your railroad. So
yeah, as long, you know, I said that looks good. That's good enough for me, you know.
Yeah.
And who do I have to impress? You know, my dog. He doesn't care.
yeah, just yourself.
Yeah. But that's
All right. Well, we're at 8:15 now, so I'm going to cut you off.
Yeah,
And
no problem. Thanks for having me. So
well, thanks for coming up and sharing.
yeah, everybody have a good night now. Take care.
And a lot of other people in the chat too taking off on me, but that's fine. Usually we go for about an hour. I just want to do a little recap and put the smile back on my face. The whole reason why I wanted to do this is something in the hobby that you finally got or ever got that made you so happy that you actually sat back, looked at it, and went, I am happy that I bought that model, kit, scenery, whatever it was. But these Canadian Pacific SD70 ACUs, I got 4 of them. And like I said, the detail on them, everything, and putting them on the track. And when they all run perfect speed, all matched together for 4, 5, 6 laps, right out of the box. I did not speed match these.
That's awesome.
This just, I'm telling you, I sat back, literally they were on the top level, going around the back wall, and I took about 3 steps back, looked at them, and went, I am happy I actually bought those. First time ever I've done that in this hobby. Like I said, everybody, you buy stuff all the time, locomotives that you want, train cars that you want, buildings that you want. Are you happy? Well, it is your layout. It is your models. Yeah, you got them because you wanted them. But again, how often you can sit back and say, I'm really happy I got that. I want more. And you never want to take them off the layout. So
Yeah.
with that, guys.
Yeah, consisting is not the easiest thing. I mean, it's easy setup on NCE, but it's still, the engines, you can have two of the engines the same brand and model, and they still won't be the same speed. But
I've actually got a video on my channel. Maybe one of my moderators, now that I've got so many of them, can find it. But right out of the box, I went out and I bought 2 locomotives from Athearn, 2 from Rapido, 2 from Atlas, and 2 from something else. And I put them all on the track, put my speedometers on the track, and we ran them. And not one company, right out of the box, both the exact same locomotives were matched. They were all out by 3, 4, 5. I think Rapido was actually the worst. They were out by about 7 miles an hour each lap.
Right.
Just crazy. But these ones, right out of the box,
Right.
perfectly matched. So
And
hopefully,
what brand were they?
Athearn Genesis.
Athearn. Yeah.
So anyway, with that, guys, I'm going to leave everybody tonight. I had a good time. Smile on my face. Nice to see everybody else. Hearing from everybody. TSG Multimedia, Thomas, Jim coming up, sharing their stories, what makes them happy. And that's all I got, guys. So we will talk to you guys later on. $300 gift certificate for OVR Trains. I'm pretty sure went to the winner tonight because he is in here. We still have the $500 giveaway and the $200 giveaway to do yet. Those will come on future live streams. So keep your pants on. All right, guys, that's it for me.
All right. Good night, everyone.
Bye for now. Bye.